And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. I'm Gary Kaltbaum, your host. Hey, thanks for being with us today. Glad you're here, ladies and gentlemen. Happy that you are listening. It's June 18th. It's 2026. Correct. And this is serious talk on you and your money, the markets, the economy. But by the way, it is Investor's Edge. I'm Gary Kaltbaum. We will talk the markets, the economy, your job, your industry, tariffs, the war or not war, and a couple other little things. Yeah. And, of course, if you do not get this show in your city, we'll post it at GaryK.com. We'll also post on our X feed. If you don't follow us on X, go there, put our name in, and you can follow us. If you'd like to email me, just be nice. Be respectful. Disagree with me. That's okay. I'll disagree with you. That's okay. I will always respect you unless you like Hamas or terrorists or all that crap. Is that fair? Cool. Today, pretty cool day. On my wall is the TV, and watch the New York Knicks parade. It was on the NBA channel, as I also had 3 screens of stocks up. And I got some emails today because yesterday the market cratered into the close. The Nasdaq was down a lot, but kind of sort of got it all back after the close. We're talking markets first. And the main question is, how does that happen? How is it possible during market hours the market sinks? And we're talking Nasdaq here. The market sank pretty good into 4 o'clock. But then the markets closed. How is it possible? And who's doing that? These are the questions I got. Who's doing it after the market? The Nasdaq yesterday dropped from 2:40 p.m. to the close. It dropped 26,440, almost 500 points into the close. The Nasdaq. It opened today, I think, between 400 and 500 points. Got it all back pretty much on the open, but pretty much got it back after the close yesterday. I had told my peeps that, we look at the QQQ, it's the Nasdaq 100, and whatever it was down at the close, which was whatever, within a couple of hours, got it all back and was actually up. And then today we gapped up. Who is that? How is it possible in trading hours they're selling it off, and past trading hours, who's doing that? You know what my answer had to be for everybody? I don't have a clue. I don't understand. I don't have a clue. And how is it possible to go up so much? Is it computers? What is it? My answer was, I don't know. Simple as that. I really, 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 really don't know. The market is based on the buying and selling of traders, investors, and speculators. The rulers of the roost, leave no doubt, are the big institutions. So are the big institutions doing that after the close? Somebody's doing it. Somebody's pressing the button. Is it programs? I don't know. I'm just letting you know, after the close yesterday, the drop was erased. That's all I do know. And today, they opened it up hot. Guess which group? The semis. And they kept it that way all day. And when you turn on your TV and you're going to hear the Dow is up 73 points. That's what you will hear. Nothing. The Dow was up 73 points today. 0.13%. The Nasdaq 100 was up 2.5%. And the SOX was up 6.4%. You want to know where the money flowed today? There you go. Oh, and artificial intelligence stuff also. That's the story. And I have to repeat, and you know what's funny sometimes? I get somebody emailing me, what do you think happened? I will answer, I don't know. And I'll get back every now and then, gee, thanks a lot. I thought you knew what you were doing. Welcome to my world. But anyhow, it was semiconductors, some artificial intelligence stuff, and a smattering of other stuff. You had retail, and as you know, most retail stocks, even with this rally in some retail, still look like crap, but I have about 7 or 8 retail names that are acting pretty decent. I have 3 restaurants that are acting decent now. I couldn't tell you that before. I've got more than Delta Airlines. They're not in uptrends, but they may be breaking out soon. You know, we told you about Delta. Viking Cruise was the cruise line we've been told you was the strength. They're coming around a little bit. Still nothing in uptrends, just recovery. Even the housing stocks are coming up right now. Much better action in it. Off of, I gather, lower rates, whatever the reason is. There's your smattering. But leave no doubt. Leave no doubt. Semis leading the way. Leave no doubt. That's all I can tell you. Those were the questions. How does that? I just don't know. I can search engine it, and they'll say, "Oh, it's program trading after the close." This and that, but I don't know who it is, and I've always been wary of it. But it's real. It counts. It matters. And as soon as the market got trashed yesterday after the close, boom, got it all back. Let me take that back. Got it back to where it was even on the day. And as I lay my head down to sleep, the NDX was up, Nasdaq 100 was up 400 after dropping 300 yesterday. And then, of course, we opened up hot today and had a strong day. But the Dow was only up 72, and to give you an understanding about technology, the S&P was up over 1%. Technology. Caterpillar, which is an AI stock, was up 30. That's 200 Dow points. So wait a minute, the Dow was only up 72. What gives? Ladies and gentlemen, there's some weird crap going on in the market that I just follow the bouncing ball. Do you know IBM, which I think is under the software heading, and software stocks are just terrible versus the semis. Do you know IBM went from 220 up to 330 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days? This is IBM, a boring, stodgy, low beta, big tech company. 220 to 332. Do you know it's gone from 332 down to 249 today, down $13 today, in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days, trading days? I would like to say that's very unhealthy in the market. But there's other areas, of course, the semis that are strong and whatever else I mentioned. But man, that's so weird. So while the semis were going north on I-95, the software stocks just not good at all. They were really bad early, and they did have some bounces throughout the day. Some finished green, but on a relative basis, it's like me racing Usain Bolt. And there are new yearly lows in Adobe, Salesforce.com, and other big ones. Hey, up next, we got a few other things to cover. Yes, I'm Gary. This is the one and only Investor's Edge. And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. What was the second big questions? SpaceX. And it seems to me a lot of people bought the stock because I'm getting a lot of emails. Do you think SpaceX will be okay? Because it dropped from 225. Yesterday's close was 185. Excuse me, my bad. Was 192. Did hit a low 187 today. It hit a low of 172 and closed at 185. It is down $3 in the. It's still, by the way, tomorrow the market's closed. Things are still trading. SpaceX is down $3 in the aftermarket. So it's gone from 226 to 182 as I speak in 2 days. So we will tell you again. We have absolutely no edge on the way up just yet. We have no edge on the way down just yet. The one thing I was thinking about today, as it hit 175 and it started going below that, and then I stopped watching really, is the gap up on the second day was... Well, the low of the second day was 168. I was actually contemplating taking a 1% position, just one, to start. If it got down to like 165-ish, it didn't, and then it bounced. That's that story. I'm always looking for precedent. Have we ever seen something like that in the past? That's what I'm always trying to do. So I go back to 2014 for Google when it came out. And I'm just taking a look. There's one big difference, though. The valuation is a freaking joke on SpaceX. It's a joke. And no, we're not saying it's not just going to keep going higher, but it's a freaking joke. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. We're not talking about the future right now. Maybe it's going to be the greatest, but you don't pay $2-point-something trillion for something right now that has $18 billion in revenues and lost $5 billion. I don't care what their next year is. So when Google came public, and I'm talking with splits and everything, it was $29, dropped down to 25. So did some pullback, and then, later on, boom, 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 We'll see. Don't know just yet. I just don't know. But we'll let you know. And we'll also tell you if we decide to buy. We'll also let you know. But let me repeat. Valuation is a joke. But remember one of our mottos. In bullish markets, very often valuations do not matter. If we go into a bear market, they'll matter. In bear markets, the curtains come down. But no doubt right now for this type of quote-unquote stuff, it's been quite accepted. And for all I know, goes to $300 next week. Or drops lower. I don't know. I have zero edge on it at this juncture. When I feel like I have an edge, I'll yap away. The story again today, though, was the semis that they were... Well, interesting enough, the semis yesterday were very strong and reversed with the market. So they wanted to go higher, and they did today. I'm using aftermarket. Micron's up $95 today. Micron's up $95. For instance. Quite wicked. ASML 64, and remember some of these are high priced. AMAT 24. Taiwan Semi up 29. Teradyne, where's that? Up 29. Two of them up 29. That was today. Weakness today, oils. We warned you. Hope you listened. Big weakness today in defense stocks. They slammed defense stocks. We warned you about most medical, especially pharma. They killed pharmaceutical stocks today. Eli Lilly, which has had nothing but good news and broke out of range, down another $12.50 today. And in the last 7-8 days has dropped from about $90 down to $1,100. Gold and silver has no friends, and crypto got hit again today. And banks. Remember we've been saying banks much better, financials much better. They were very strong early and sold off at the end of the day, finished in the red, and that's what hurt some of the Dow today. We think there's a decent chance that truckers have topped, and so have rails. Garbage stocks are already bad. Big biotech stinks. Hospitals are in a bear market. And as we said, other medicals, the research and stuff like that, the exchanges are in a bear market. They've crashed. The CME and CBOE, supposedly competition. China, another new yearly low today, while Taiwan and South Korea, strong as an ox. Intel, back to the semis. The president said something was up $12. And you know how I loathe this administration being the socialist administration of all time. You know, take positions in companies. Who the hell are you? Yeah, but we were up 7-fold in Intel. We don't care. You also talked about rare earth stocks that have crashed. You don't mention those. Hey, up next, we have a bunch more to cover. And last word on something. This is the one and only Investor's Edge. And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. So when the Knicks won, I cried like a baby. Today I just cried. I was watching the parade, and I have to tell you, I actually even felt good about the mayor of New York City. Did a very good speech. I love the fact that he mentioned all the players from past teams and past coaches. I love that. I don't know if it was idea or not, but it was just very well delivered. Of course, once I get over that, being nice about him, I'll rip him to shreds going forward again. Don't like his policies. But I cried in the middle of the day today watching the parade. They're that important to me. And you know what I didn't do once I didn't bet the Knicks once during the playoffs because I did not want to put in the jinx. I did not go to one game. Last year, I went to one playoff game and they lost. And I said, I am not going to another playoff game. I made that decision. And I'm thrilled that I did not. I didn't want the Gary jinx. Even though, of course, there's no such thing. Right? And I promise myself when I meet a certain few people in the organization from the Knicks, I'm going to take them out to dinner if they let me. I even forgave the owner, Dolan. I completely forgave him, and so did my father from above, for all the heartache we have gone through throughout the years. All the heartache. All right. So going into next week, I'm going to make a controversial statement for you, if you don't mind. 1999. I'm going to spend about, I guess, probably an hour or two this weekend going through 1999 and the high into March of 2000. What are you saying, Gary? I'm just saying that I am wondering if the semiconductors are akin to back then. And we'll see. In no way, shape, or form have they showed that as of yet. Strength, yes, but I have not seen anything climactic as of yet. I have not seen what I call the needle as of yet. But I am just letting you know it's in that realm of thought. But I will not react until certain things occur in the market. But I must tell you, it sure is tracing some things out now, as well as the artificial intelligence play. Circling back, the third biggest question is what's wrong with Nvidia? Well, Amazon today announced some sort of other artificial intelligence chip, even though I thought they already made the announcement, and Amazon, which was down early, finished up $6. Other companies have announced. And then there was that controversy. I'm just wondering if a little bit of this and a little bit of that. That's all. I really don't know the answer except to tell you it pretty much is the weakest on a relative basis semiconductor stock, especially the big ones. There's a couple of other names that are just bad. Symbol PI, for example, is just weak as all hell. What is the SWKS? Another one that's real weak, QRVO. But versus everything else, it's just weak. So we'll see how it goes. I lost money trading it the last time. And it's just been acting funky. It is sitting right on the 50-day moving average now after breaking below it yesterday. It did bounce today in the strong semiconductor group. I will keep you informed. It is the number one market cap. It's back under $5 trillion though, $4.95 trillion. And I do not want you to forget that SpaceX market cap was above Amazon's market cap. SpaceX $18 billion in revenues, Amazon $586, about almost $800 billion. That's what we mean by If we go into a bear market, and I don't care if SpaceX doubles their revenues. If we go into a bear market, I expect it to be, what did it close today? It's 183 in the aftermarket. I would guess it'll be under 100 in a bear market. That's just the way it works. Oh, by the way, they lose money too. And you know what we think about companies that lose money in bear markets. So just keep that in your file manager. Nothing to think about right now. Market doing its thing, notwithstanding some of the areas. And we'll see what next week brings. But tomorrow is Juneteenth, celebrating, I believe, the end of slavery. And I think Juneteenth, I don't know when they started the holiday. I know it's probably in the last 10 years. I think so. I think it's about the last 10 years. Next holiday will be July 4th, 250 years. I gather there'll be a big celebration. I think I'll be in New York City for that. And you know what I may do? Go on a boat in the Hudson and watch the fireworks. They have these boats that go out, and you have like a buffet dinner, and they got some serious fireworks going on in New York City from different areas. By the way, nothing for nothing. The Nasdaq was up 500. The Nasdaq 100 was up 735. There were same amount of new lows as new highs on the Nasdaq today. That's some weird crap, kids. I don't know what the hell that means, except stay out of those names that are at new yearly lows. I can promise you that. And oils. We've been telling you to avoid. They were a little toppy, but now it's a full-blown top in place in oils. Whether or not, and obviously that is because of the war. Oil prices were flat today, but oil stocks got hit again today for the most part. So you know where we stand on that. And there's a rhyme and a reason why we've had better retail and travel stocks because of oil prices coming down. Housing stocks, though, I don't know if that react to oil or not, but as we said, housing stocks are acting a bit better at this juncture. Yay. Yields today back down a wee bit. But you know what yields have been doing for quite a while, right? They've been stable. What have we been saying here? Stable yields are a good thing. Don't screw around with them. I've never understood why the president wants, you got to lower rates. No. When you got a stable bond market, don't do anything. And I finally watched a little bit of the new central bank head yesterday. Okay. I think he's cool. Anything better than Powell. And I like that he's talking about less is more. Less is more is a good thing. As you know, I think they should be abolished. I don't know what they even do for us. What's that song? What do they do for us? Absolutely nothing. And let me just finish the other part is the crypto. Just another bad day. And yeah, I'm surprised. But no sales, no earnings, no product, no services. Hey, up next. This administration. It's the one and only Investor's Edge. And welcome once again to Investor's Edge. So that whole Iran thing is out, and boy, are they catching crap from both sides of the aisle, as well as conservative pundits. They're catching a lot of crap. And I believe rightfully so, and others will disagree, and that's okay. That's what makes the world go round. As we've stated to you for months, they miscalculated the whole thing. It was quite buffoonery. Militarily, we can kick the crap out of anybody. We wouldn't dare try to kick the crap out of a China or Russia, but you can kick the crap out of others like of Venezuela and, of course, in Iran. But they completely miscalculated what Iran was capable of doing, both militarily as well as economically. And let's be clear, Iran has suffered economically, big time, but they got control of the Strait of Hormuz, and of course this administration lied that they had control of the Strait of Hormuz. No, they didn't. No, they put a blockade on a blockade, whatever. Anyway, it looks to be over, and you can call it whatever it is. You can defend, you can whatever. I want to touch upon something else, and that's this J.D. Vance. He was out today ripping on Israel for being upset about the deal. My goodness, how terrible. Almost threatening. You can go look at the video and the whatever he said. It was not a threat, but kind of a threat. We are the superpower, and how dare you? Not in those words, of course, but you know it came across like that. But of course, it's not J.D. Vance. He's just a puppet for the president. Which tells me that another pivot to save face. Got to get the deal done. How dare Israel defend themselves? They had the nuts to say that, yeah, Hezbollah is lobbing rockets into Israel, but it's not a big deal. They're not really hitting anything, and nobody's getting hurt. They'd be in bunkers under the White House if somebody was lobbing rockets from Arlington, Virginia, onto Washington, D.C. So for the record, I'm disgusted by these people. They made a decision based on markets and oil prices, which, by the way, is not that stupid. But that's what they made the decision on. And they're actually upset about another country defending themselves and throwing a little thread out there about you get artillery from us as well as dollars. I'm disgusted. That'll be my last word on the subject. I'm through. I will continue to wish this administration nothing but great decision making and great things going forward. But I've had enough. But I will stand by and not be antagonistic. I'm done. If anything else big bubbles up, we'll bring it up. If he decides on another Liberation Day, we'll bring it up. If he decides on big tariffs again, we'll bring it up. If he decides on attacking some other country, we'll bring it up. But if everything is just, I don't even know if we're going to mention these people again. Between the corruption, self-dealing, self-aggrandizement, I'm done. And disheartened and disappointed. But we'll wish them well because they're running the joint. That's my take. What else? We can segue back now to markets. Emerging. Housing coming up the right side now. Pretty good too. And they've been dead money. Some restaurants at new yearly highs. Cheesecake Factory. How about Brothers, what is that, Brothers Coffee? Symbol BROS. Really coming up the right side. Dutch Brothers it's called. Never been in one. BJ's Restaurants. Never been in one. New yearly high. And restaurants have been dead. I mentioned the airlines. Delta, the strongest, but others coming on. A big drop in oil prices will do that. I've mentioned Viking Cruise Lines standing out. Others better. Not bull markets, but coming up. Retail. A few are at new yearly highs. Ralph Lauren apparel. Ross Stores. Target. Victoria's Secret. But a lot of retail still in the toilet. So some things starting to do better. And as we state to you, cause and effect. Oil prices up, they go down. Oil prices down, they go up. And on that note, 3-day weekend. Have a great weekend. Drive carefully. When you get home, do like we do. Quite simple. Make sure you hug your family and hug your children. They will feel better. You will feel better. I promise. Stay well. Be well. Always. Thanks for joining. Peace out all. Bye-bye.